Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are getting ready to head to the dyno, and I must tell you guys, we had such a long night. I had to wake up at 6 because the first car to go up is at 9, and I went to sleep at about 2 o'clock. Why? Because yesterday I had my Jeremy tuner tune in to put a base map on the all-wheel drive CRX with the new FIC 1650s, and while we were doing that, the car turned on. It was idling, he was adjusting the AFR and everything, and then the fuel pump broke. Yes, fuel pump freaking broke, but we didn't know what it was at first, so we tried to change the filter, the fittings, the lines, and the pump is like literally 100 miles and it broke. But shout out to B&R Fittings because he gave me 2, and I was able to change it out last night, and we got the car back up and going. We needed the car running with the new injectors to save a little bit of time on the dyno, because we have a change of plans for today. So originally we were supposed to have my tuner fly in from Hawaii, but they have a new like shutdown, lockdown. Whoever goes in and out of Hawaii, whether it's here or there, you're going to be put into like a 14-day hold, and you know, we can't risk my tuner's health and his job. So it was postponed again. The first time was in July, the second time is this week, which is August, and the other chances would be September, but not guaranteed. So he decided we're gonna do remote tune if anybody is still down. I don't know about the 35 other people, but I'm down, Paco's down, and we're about to head over there in just a minute. So we got my KCRX here loaded up on this trailer, and last night we did the all-wheel drive CRX on Joaquim's trailer because he's been towing that car, which he is over there right now pulling up. Had a lot of mishaps with this trailer last night. For some reason it is taller than the one I normally rent from my trailer guy, and it destroyed the front bumper on my all-wheel drive CRX, and it also destroyed this bumper because for some reason it is a lot taller and a lot more steeper. So we're about ready to take off right now. It is about a 2-hour drive. We are remote tuning at one of his teammates or one of his buddies' other shop, which is further than his shop, and we're taking off now because I am supposed to be the first one on the dyno, and we're kind of already late because I don't wake up this early, and granted I only got about a few hours of sleep. So right now I'm gonna go pump some gas, and we'll see you guys at the dyno. This is super funny right here. So I'm going up the hill, right? And I'm looking at this truck, and it's freaking Joe's car. Oh, I guess he's just towing it to the dyno instead of driving it. Yo, that is super funny. That's super funny. Oh, they got E85 right here, literally down the street from the dyno. That's what's up. So Paco caught up to us. His car's offloaded. The CRX, I still need to do RDX injectors. Got the CRX taken off, and it is over there at Chad Barber's shop. So right now my car is the first one to go up, but first I gotta take off my drive shaft before we get busy. Yeah, Susie's car right there. Oh, that thing has not moved in like 2 years, but today that's gonna change. Oh my God, Jesus Christ himself showed up too. And his car seems to be running well, other than the shifter being a little awkward today, but a lot of problems. It's all good. It drove here. If it was having any real issues, it would have messed up on the way here, but he's got the whole new setup going on here, and this thing, stock motor, turbo, and hopefully we'll make some decent jam with this. And her car, I mean, 2 years you said, right? 2 years? Oh damn, that bay is fire too. Plenty of cars here, but the one that caught my attention is this one right here. Why? You guys probably guess why. Looks like a regular street car, right? Really nice and clean. But then you got a parachute mounting in the back. Like, how fast is this car going? Pretty fast, I assume, because it's got a full 10-point roll cage in here. But the color, you guys know I'm a sucker for this color. So right now we're letting the car cool off a little bit. The car did spin on a dyno on the last pass, and the car made 428, spinning really hard. So we're gonna be strapping the car down from underneath. I've already aired the tire down a little bit. We are on NTO1s. I can feel the stickiness of this spinning on the dyno. And then probably like a pull or two more. Hopefully hit our goal, and we'll be done with this car, and we'll get the next one up. Guys, I lost every sheet of paper in my CRX on that pull I just did, and this is like all new to me again. I've been all-wheel drive for a little while. I've been driving for 2 years, drive 500 horsepower for a couple of months before going back down to the Type R. But with a lot of help from friends, especially Joaquin for trailing my car and giving me the hands with my car and things that I needed that I didn't have, we were able to get the car here to the dyno. Shout out to Chad Barbershop, Jeremy at Red Zone for getting this car back to where I wanted it, and that pull, cheek to cheek. But we loaded the CRX up because this car is probably gonna leave before we are leaving a little bit later, and we wanted this car to be done first so he can go home, his kids at home, his girls here, and we still got Joe's car, Paco's car, Susie's car, Jesus' car, and my CRX over there. I mean, these cars should be fairly quick because they're not shooting for 1,000 horsepower. So hopefully we can get back home. And I mean, there's a shootout tomorrow. I can't guarantee you guys that, but there's a shootout tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and see how Paco's car is gonna do on the dyno, and probably in between I'm gonna pull the CRX off over there. I'm gonna install the RDX injectors. I need to clip off of Jesus' car, and he's gonna be putting the ID 2000s in there, and he has to rewire for those anyways. But it doesn't matter what order we get the cars up on there, as long as everybody gets tuned today. So let's get back to the dyno. So as I was getting off the CRX from the trailer, Paco's car already did a few pulls, and the car apparently is kind of getting a little warm. So they kind of stopped a little bit and pop off the coolant a little bit, and we're going to try to bleed it. Joe's bleeding his right now. We're going to try to bleed out a little bit more and get this thing to not heat up so quickly, and then we'll continue. I think you guys already did like a few pulls, like 2 pulls maybe, 2 pulls, and we'll pick up in just a second. We have a lot of cars today on the dyno, I think 6. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everybody. This dyno is a little bit different because this is Chad Barber's dyno, and we don't want to like cram up the dyno like how Jeremy lets us do it on his dyno. And I understand it's a precautionary thing. You don't want nobody to be injured up here, but Chad's cool enough to let us tweak on the car and everything, as long as we back up when the car is making a pull. So I didn't really show too much of my CRX, but I lost the paper to my dynograph when I made that pull. So I think the car made 480, 350 or 360 torque. I'll try to get another printout so I can show it to you guys, but like I said, I didn't get too much pulls of my car. I just want to get a little bit of everybody, maybe a pull each, and then hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we have enough memory on this camera to get that for you guys. Paco. 417. Getting there. I didn't check the log, but we got the controller working, so time to boogie. Hey, is that what you said, boogie? It's time to boogie. This setup on Paco's car, I don't know if I mentioned it before, we did a top mount difference and a Precision SC61 with a GT35R cartridge. So that two change, as well as the 2200cc injectors, and the car made what, 530 torque? 290? 290? Hey, but that power came in so instant, and it was smooth too. But yeah, we're just waiting for Jeremy to set up the two-step, and this car is gonna go up on the trailer. Joe is already up there, and Jeremy is gonna do the base mount for that in just a second here because we have the laptop. But yeah, I mean, so far, so good. Yes.
How'd that sound?
That sounded pretty damn good, and it shot flames in my face.
Okay, cool. So it builds. Let me see here real quick. It did. You got up to 8 pounds, 10, 13 pounds of boost before you guys let off. Did
10.
it sputter at all?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, can you hold it for like 5 to 10 seconds?
5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
Ready?
Go.
Go ahead. Oh, that thing was building up. Like as soon as you held it a little bit longer, it was like changed.
Yeah, it was like 11 to 13 pounds of boost.
Ooh, damn.
All right, you're good to go.
Awesome, thank you, sir. Next car is Joe's car.
All right, I'll send me the. Did you send me the picture?
No, I'm gonna bring his laptop back into the car, and then you're just gonna be on the same computer.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
I am very nervous, but that sounded very good. Hey, what are you doing?
Hopefully you later on.
Oh, so violent.
Oh, shit, you caught me saying on camera.
What do you got to do right now to your car?
Spark plugs, injectors, and lap sensor.
Hey, is this what you use to trim your nails?
Yes.
Just stick your finger in there?
Yes.
So the car at 13 pounds is making 260, and we're gonna go 14 pounds and see what happens. Best of luck.
Sorry, Jesus.
That's busting a mission, huh?
Guys, it has been a very long day. Jesus' car finished a little while ago, and he's right here off the dyno. Time check.
Alright, 9:20.
It's 9:40, and we still got 2 more cars to go. We got Susie's car, which she's about halfway done with her pool, and then after her car, we're gonna throw my KRX all motor. This one should be a quick one. I'm not looking for power, I'm just looking for drivability. And Jesus' AM V2 didn't connect with the laptop, so we ended up taking my K Pro out of here, tuning his car. He made a little under 400 horsepower. I wasn't recording because I was switching out my injectors to the RDX and running around with everybody else's stuff. But he made a little under 400. I'm not sure the exact number, but it sounds good. It's awesome. He switched 91 to E85. He's on the K Pro now. He's gonna use that. I'm gonna use it right now for the dyno, get it on the trailer, then he's gonna use it for his car until he order his, and then I get my ECU back or whatever. But I'm not in no need, like no rush to, you know, drive my CRX, so he can use the ECU. But Susie's car is almost done, and then we'll finish up with mine so we can head back home, which is 2 freaking hours. I don't get it. Who's squeezing nitrous in there? Blue water everywhere. I forgot to put a reservoir on here, and they were doing the last pull for drivability, and the radiator cap decided they wanted to shoot up. So we're done for the day. The car made 210, one something, but I'm not looking for power in this car. I'm just looking for, you know, power band, and this car sounds like a trooper, that junkyard motor.